Hey, what's going on there, YouTube? We got the dollar here. This is a daily chart. You can see how it turned around and is gaining momentum on the downside. We'll see in the next couple days if we can break down on this flag pattern and see, if it can hold up or break down. We haven't seen the dollar really do much of anything after the S&P and the Dow and every crude oil has collapsed. So I'm wondering where this is going to go, um, because this is a bearish flag and this price has to make a decision here shortly as price gets squeezed in between support and resistance. It looks pretty bearish on the downside. So that's my bet as it stands right now. But I keep going back to the fact that the U.S. dollar could hyperinflate at any given moment and see this thing go through the roof. So keep an eye on that next couple of days. S&P has consolidated today, rebounded some more, breaking into previous lows, and it closed on its high. So see where that goes. It could consolidate. What I'm worried about is it consolidating for a few more months and coming up like up in here, making another lower high or something, and then dragging this thing out until the extra innings. But like I stated before, the previous low is 1800. Anything below that is no man's land, and it's watch out below. So I figure this thing's going to be manipulated up into this area here, come back down. 6 months from now, maybe we can see a break of 1800. But for now, anything can happen. Crude oil, the news out today was crude is surging after OPEC, makes a deal of lowering production. It didn't surge anywhere. It is retraced a little bit from Monday's low. This is a weekly chart. This is a weekly candle. So it retraced 50% of last week's candle or body, and see if that was the end of it. It could surge. It could consolidate some more. But as it stands, we only have one line of support here. As last week's candle. So keep an eye on that. China, Shanghai Exchange. Like I said earlier, watch for a bounce on at 3,000. But what it did was just slam into 3,000 and went way below. It's on a tether on its previous low here. May even technically close below the previous low. But the main thing is it's slammed into our support here. So, and this is a longer term chart. So on a weekly chart, it is on a tether, and it looks like technically it did break previous lows. So I mean, it just slammed. So it doesn't look like this thing is going to be done at 3,000. No bounces required. Looks like it's going to slide on through. But we'll see. Their market should be open up shortly, I believe. So keep tabs on that. Gold and silver are off to the races after making their consolidated move right outside the gates. Looks like we got a bump and run at 1475. I'm guessing that we can get easily above 15, consolidate this time. This is a nice little pattern. It's breaking out now. I wish it had a little bit more momentum. But so far this week, we're up about 50 cents, I guess. It looks good. I am very happy about silver and its move upward. It's consolidated. Got a lot of work to do on a monthly chart. Long term, let's just do this real quick. Long term trend line is right around 16. So hopefully we can consolidate on a weekly chart above 15 and move forward to break trend lines, longer term trend lines on the monthly charts. So that's what I'm holding out for. You can see the daily, how it just busted through. Once this loses momentum, look for a retracement back. It's called a bullish retracement. Look for a retracement back to support, and this is our support line. So there we go. That silver gold, same thing. Breaking out of its launching pad that I on a daily. We were watching this on a daily, how it broke out. It gapped and it started running. So that's a gap and run. So its natural course of direction is going to be on this line of previous lows. And you can see it more clearly on a longer term chart. So look for a touch and an extension bar out to the 1150 range when this thing loses momentum. It'll hit, and you can see on the other end too how it. Let's see if we can make this work. It's not as pretty as I thought it would be, but just look for price to smack into resistance on this line. And if you look closer, you can see the pattern developing. I think I mentioned it earlier how it would be so nice on a weekly chart to get the left shoulder, the head, and this extended up, making a right shoulder, and then really being bullish after that. A reverse head and shoulders on a weekly pattern, on a weekly chart, is forming. So imagine this going up to right about here, coming down, making a neckline, right? Reverse head and shoulders pattern, and then coming down to support, consolidating, and then breaking above resistance, making this long-term weekly chart pattern very bullish for gold. And that's all I have today. Watch for S&P breaking down or consolidating. Definitely let's keep an eye on the dollar and see if it'll just break down outside of that pattern. It looks bearish from here. It's getting tighter in that little pattern, and it's becoming bearish. It's just the opposite of our silver when it was in that pattern, and it was creating a little bullish line. This is creating a bearish line, so we'll see if it'll bounce off of this trend line, this last line of support, or break on through. I mean, that's a steep line. That's a flag. All the things are pointing down, but you just never know nowadays. Gold and silver are very bullish long term for the weeks to come. Let's see what we can do. That's all I got. Share, like, and comment, and let me know what's going on out there. Thank you.